Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another Friday night chat, watch chat with the fellas. Hope you guys are doing well. TGIF. Sorry, Joe, I stole it. Um, but I hope everybody had a great week, and let's have a little fun tonight. Amin, how are you, my friend? How
Very
you
good.
doing?
Doing well, Rob. I always have a bedhead on this show because I get a nap on Fridays after a long week and then with a wet head. Good to be here. Feeling good.
I'm surprised, man. I mean, like now you're doing drive time home chats on the Discord server.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like you are all over the place, man. You know,
The drive home Discord channel is a fun one. I like
yeah,
that. Yeah, it's sometimes I watch YouTube videos on the ride home,
yeah,
and I don't watch them. I listen to them.
right.
And but lately I've just been popping in the Discord, and usually one or two or three people will join. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of fun. What do you got on wrist tonight, man?
Wearing my Parmigiani.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Joseph, how
Hello.
are you?
Hi. Good. Good. Thanks for letting me in the clubhouse today. I didn't think I would
Ah,
make it. Uh,
how you doing? What are you wearing?
good. I guess kind of new to me was test driving this thing this week.
Oh yeah,
PETA Barcelona, and yesterday I decided that I'm not going to let it go back. So it's
wow.
yeah, been been trying to get one for a couple of years. So it was good to get my hands on one.
So now I know nothing about Peter Barcelona. Am I even saying it? Is that Peter Barcelona?
PETA.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Like,
PITA. PETA.
PETA.
yeah,
Oh, PETA. It's not
yeah,
Peter. Okay.
like Pita Pocket. Yeah, yeah,
So educate me in some of those here. I mean, is this who
yeah.
is this?
It's this. You remember Pixar's Up, that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, well, Aniceto Pita is a Spanish watchmaker from Barcelona who looks just like the old man in Pixar. This like short, kindly,
Yeah.
like white-haired old guy. And I think he's had his shop open since the early 2000s or so. And his kind of claim to fame and how he got into the HCI with all those other kind of independent watchmakers of note is he made this like time setting system that is crownless. It uses magnets a lot like the Resonance
Hmm.
watches. So he kind of patented his own system, a few years before Resonance came along, and he's been doing that thing out in his workshop in Barcelona. Pretty affordable watches, actually. I think all of them are less than 10,000 for handmade pieces.
Wow.
I mean, they're not finely finished like a Swiss,
Yeah.
creation or a handmade German watch, but it's quirky and it's cool. It's just really limited run, and communication with that family is like pretty difficult and spotty.
Yeah.
So it's been it's been hard.
Great. Another rabbit hole for me to go down to. Go
Exactly,
down it.
So
Thanks.
exactly.
Joe, where
Yeah.
where did you ultimately source one?
This one was at what's it called? Passion Fine
Passion
Jewelry
Fine
Hmm.
Jewelry.
in California. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Martin Pulley in Philadelphia has a couple as well.
You've been mentioning those two places every
Yeah.
once in a while for a long time. I just
Hmm.
just started actually looking at them, and
Mhm.
boy, it's a dangerous place to look. Both of
It
those
is. Yeah.
both of those
Oh,
stores are
Colin.
dangerous
I just
Yeah.
wish
dangerous place to
Martin's
look.
website was a little bit better. Passion's website is great, easy to navigate through. Um, Martin's website feels like it's a little something, a little antiquated, and all the pictures pop up as thumbnails, kind of like it's just.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish he, showcase it was better. I don't know.
I
Look,
agree.
I'm
I
I'm
agree
I'm
with
a
you.
web developer, so I'm a little snobbish when it
Mm,
comes to that. So,
mm.
um, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. And anyway, he's in Philadelphia, Martin. Anyway, so and I gotta when things open up, man. I'm heading down there to take a look at what he has.
Yeah. I'll meet you
Uh,
there.
all right, sounds
So,
good.
can I,
Cool.
on the topic of web developing, any site that the mobile site doesn't let you zoom in on pictures drives me crazy. like Delray. You know, if
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
I know.
expand the picture,
Yep.
makes me.
Delray could invest some money into their websites.
Yep.
It's not. It's not the worst. It's not
It's
the
not
worst
the
site.
worst. It's not.
But yeah, I know
Oh.
what you mean when you can't zoom in on the picture. It's just
Yeah.
it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Hey Con, how are
Hey,
you,
man.
man?
I'm good.
I don't know if you noticed what I've written down underneath my.
Oh, I didn't
Heather.
notice. I did not notice. That's funny.
That is you will now and forever notice,
I
as I
didn't
will be
notice
the
either.
most famous Canadian.
Good one.
What do you got on wrist?
I got the Batman today.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the chat. Hey, Sanjay, how are you, my friend? Bruce, what's up? Chaz. There's Daniel. Hey, Megan, good to see you. Mountain Standard Time, how are you, buddy? Hey, watch yourself, Jason. How you doing, Mr. Cassioke? Peter, how you doing, sir? Feels like, me and Amin were just talking to you. I wanna... Oil Money, how you doing? Okay. Yeah. Still never learning my lesson with oil money, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
Just skip
It's
right over
okay. I
those.
love it. I love it, man. He's like, he's like, he's not like the mascot, but he's like I don't know.
He's a
He's
cartoon.
he's the Philly fanatic running around the stadium in the the Friday night watch chat. You know what I mean? I love it. Okay, let's see who else. BDev, how are you, sir? Let us know what you guys are wearing on wrist as well. Clayton, how you doing, my friend? Nilo 5280, how you doing? Bobby Smith is in the house. Ken Spear, Kevin S. Hey, Pete, how you doing? Cleaning out the garage. Perfect background chat for that, I would say. Okay, so I figure, lately there's been a whole lot of talk of hand guilloche going on between Amin's Tuesday night chat and my this Friday night chat that we have here going on. So
much like you guys are going to turn me off on guilloche after so much talk. I'm just kidding, but
yeah. Megan, Pete, Megan says hello. She wanted me to, since you are probably just listening and not watching, so big hello from Megan. Stop with the guilloche, Rick. Well, we may have come up with one that might be the end all of the. It might kill the conversation. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so recently there has been a new release, and let me share this screen over here. And Louis Erard, which is I find a very interesting brand, and they recently, one of our members here, Joe, had picked up the regulator, the Albert Silverstein collaboration, which I thought was fantastic. I got a chance to review it. Well, they came out with a watch that has hand guilloche, and a very interesting pattern. Reminds me a little bit of Qbert, that old video game. I don't know if you guys remember that, but this is hand guilloche, right?
Yeah.
I'm using the past tense there. I don't know if there's actual past tense to it, but we're inventing it now. So and this is going for around 4,000 Swiss francs. Yeah, so interesting guilloche going on here. Now, before we get into everybody's thoughts, let's do some specs here. I believe it's a 42 millimeter case diameter, a little over 12 and a quarter thick. It's powered by the Sellita 261-1 Elaborate grade movement. And let's see if we could take a look at the case back of this.
Should be solid.
It should, yeah. I mean, it's probably
collaboration with Tudor,
right? It's giving Tudor the Black Bay 58 the run for its money here.
Yeah.
5 bar water resistance. Let's see. but you definitely have an interesting look here. Now, Amin, let's kick it off with you. Um, you and I are big fans of Hank Guilloche. I would actually say that you're probably even a bigger fan of Hank Guilloche than I am. I want to gauge your thoughts here on this one. Like, is there a price? How do I say this? Like, is there like a as low as you can go here with the Hank Guilloche wise? That you're saying, okay, well, this is, I mean, this is nice, but it's not for me. And yeah,
I like it. Can I share a screen real quick?
absolutely.
Yeah. So the first thing I thought of was this Breguet 5967, which is sort of similar cubist or I mean cube motif. The Erard I'd want to see in person because I don't know how they got some of those surfaces to look black in certain lighting. I don't know if it's if it's polished or something on those parts, but anyway, let's go back to the Erard anyway.
Okay.
The way they printed the Louis Erard on the inside of the crystal, I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know. Like I do even though the chat's getting really sick of it, I do like engine turning Guilloche in general, but I think this one probably I would not be into, especially given the movement side. I mean, it's not doing enough for me, I guess. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. So Joe, what are your thoughts as a owner of a Louis Erard?
Yeah, and I don't own the Louis Erard because it's a Louis Erard. I got it because it's an Elaine Silberstein. Because I frankly, I don't really like Louis Erard's catalog, even though I applaud what they do, like, the the Vianney Halter collaboration, which was okay, and this one, which I think it looks black there because the base style, they varnish the blank black and then they cut into it, so that's how they
That
get.
makes sense.
Yeah, so that is solid. It is solid black before they cut into it.
Oh, so
And
I like it even less then because
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like some trick of the eye, some neat like little iridescent thing that's going on there.
Yeah.
I think looking at it in the pictures, I kind of get the feeling it'd be nice to see it in the metal, but I already get the feeling that it probably looked pretty flat in real life anyway. So it's okay. I don't
It's
know.
almost like Guilloche is a gimmick here. It's like
Yeah.
look, we did Guilloche, but yeah.
Yeah.
So now, if this was a different pattern Guilloche, a more traditional Sunray or something out of the line book of Guilloche, Laine line. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that one. Or like a basket weave, would that, and with the same movements, with all the same other specs, same price, would that have changed your outlook on it?
If they made the dial beautiful, if they make the dial beautiful enough, right, which depends on the design and not just the types of Guilloche, but the overall design, then yeah, I'd pay $5,000 for a beautiful watch if the movement's kind of meh. But it would have to be really, beautiful.
Gotcha. Yeah. Colin, what say you?
So I imagine if you go away to like Rose Engine Turning School, they like give you a watch to like practice on, and this is like the design they give you to practice, because this is like amateur hour looking to me. It's ugly. The movement's horrible. The case is uninspiring. I hate it.
we should have started with Colin.
Yeah, no,
it's okay.
Sometimes you have your best player leading off. Sometimes you have your best player batting cleanup. I take full blame for the lineup card tonight, guys.
Can we go back to the Breguet for a second?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I do kind of like it on this style. I don't love it, but like this one has a lot more going for it to me. Again, it's not my favorite brigade, but the cube thing,
So it's so much better. Well done. Like there's no comparison. Like
Yeah.
it's tastefully done. It's subtle. It's intricate. There's more to it
yeah.
than just like, oh, here's a Charlie Brown sweater.
So
Like-
I'm not against cubes. I'll just say, but yeah, it's done better here. All right, thank you. That's all I want to show.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
Oh,
and Joe's out.
No, I accidentally.
Okay.
I accidentally removed Joe. Atari Guilloche at Bobby Legs. Yeah. Yeah.
Cuber was a good call.
I at first I was kind of excited about it for like a second. And then I was like, yeah, I think I have a more traditional taste in the pattern of the guilloche, and yeah, the movement is not the best, but I'll side more towards Amin's a statement where if you give me a beautiful dial, I could overlook the movement, and but yeah, this one was a tough one. This one was a tough one. It's limited to 99 pieces. It's selling for 4,000 Swiss francs. We'll see. We'll see how it does. I mean, I think maybe Louis Aurard is getting inspired from its recent collaboration with Albert Silverstein with the limited edition, and they want to see how this does. If this is going to be catch fire in a bottle, like I think the regulator that they did with Albert Silverstein did. So
Vianney
we'll see.
Halter one too.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you slap anything limited edition nowadays, and people buy it. So
yeah. The reason why I also brought it, I mean, Daniel, brought this up in our Discord server, and he seems to really like it. He wouldn't buy it, like as he says here, but he seems to really like it. Chaz is saying rock bottom guilloche. Wilson is changing his mind. Now he wants one. But I mean,
what's interesting though is that if it was a good question. If the dial was done differently and a little more attractive for the masses, would people have a different opinion? Probably. And that's honestly like the first thing you notice is just, is that an attractive looking watch, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once you get over that hurdle, if you really like the look of it, you can get past uninspiring movement and case and all the other stuff. So
yeah, I wonder if this is going to be, and you guys probably would know this better than I do. I don't know who did the guilloche. I don't know if it's a known person or not.
No one's going to admit to it.
Well, I mean, but anyway, I wonder if this is like something that we're going to see more from Louis Aurard down the road. Like is this a test?
Maybe.
For a to see what the appetite is for a modern guilloche take. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if this is something that we're making up ourselves here and pushing it along and floating up the stock like like GameStop here. You know what I mean? Or is it a real thing? So we'll see. Bobby says, "Say I hope not." Okay. Pete is saying, "I want to buy one just to see what Colin would say. After all, it's still less than an Explorer."
I hope you do. Buy them all.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on. We have another topic that we want to discuss, and Amin brought up this topic. We were talking about it earlier today with a couple of guys, with Peter on the chat, and Amin, why don't you take the floor?
Can I mention one comment in the chat? Silly.
Absolutely.
ID guys saying, sorry I haven't said hi to all of you on the chat who tagged me. It's 2:20 a.m. and I get a little bit hazy. I just want to say that there's a lot of tagging that goes on in the chat, and half the time I'm driving. So if I don't reply back, it's like I'm always on the road. I'm like, anyway, It's there's a lot of high back and forth that goes on in the chat. If you
You're
YouTube
absolutely
and
right.
drive at the same time, it's
Yeah.
it's a hazardous play.
And
Shouldn't be driving.
and when we and when you're on the phone, right, and you're responding and you do
Yeah.
an at the person, it doesn't. Does it highlight? Does it
No.
go?
Well,
Okay.
it highlights, but it doesn't like automatically bring up the name. You have to write out the whole
Yeah,
name.
yeah. And so, but then if you get it wrong, like if I type in brew shirt Buddha,
Right.
it's not going to come up. Blue
It doesn't
shirt
highlight.
highlight.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the struggles are real, no doubt. I was just gonna say, okay, so I'll share a screen again here.
Yeah.
So recently I posed to a few watch friends. I just sent them this link and I said, hey, if you could have any watch on this page, what would you pick? And everyone who replied to me picked this, I'm gonna butcher it, Van Tweet, Kari Voutilainen, however you're supposed to say it. Okay. Everybody picked it,
Tweet,
right?
whatever.
So
You can say tweet.
so there's you know, and there's some beautiful watches here, right? Like this
Kronenfeld,
Kronenfeld, the there are 2 Kronenfelds on this page. Actually, there were some other there was
there's some DBs.
There were some DBs on this page at the time that I asked.
I think I picked the DB, didn't I?
I think you picked
remember.
the Kari. I think
everybody picked the Kari.
Everybody picked the Kari, and I think
maybe.
it might have been a different Kari. I can't remember because this was a couple weeks ago. But I was just thinking about this. I think a lot of people, when you give them a list of quote unquote Grail level watches, and say, okay, you could have anyone as a gift, they'll pick something this style watch. I show my wife a lot of watches, like, do you like this or not? And she said that half of them fall into this old man, you know, dress watch style. And a lot of people, like, this is, they say they would want this, but then very few people buy this style of watch at the price level that is within their budget. I just thought that was interesting because if you like this style watch at pretty much most price levels, there's something, not a homage, but in that category, and people tend not to pick it. And yet they see it, they love it. So
I don't think you're buying that one for the style of watch, though. You're buying that for the movement in the dial, right? Like the craftsmanship and the name, really. I mean,
but it seems weird to me that somebody would change the style of watch that they want for those things. Maybe not. I mean,
well, I mean, I said I'd buy it and sell it and then get what I really want. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, I'm not speaking about anyone in particular, like not you. I'm saying in general. In general, a lot of people see this as their Grail, or this type of watch is their Grail, but they don't get them.
Well, well, how much do you think this watch goes for? I think it just says in stock. Does it have a price underneath? I can't read it underneath.
Definitely 6 figures.
Right.
It's probably, yeah, okay, maybe.
So
I was going to say 80 to 100, but
so let's say it's 100, right?
Yeah.
So at 100, you definitely want, I think, I want to get the most out of my money. I probably at every price range I want to, right? So I would, you know, if it was this compared to what the 5711, whatever Patek, the Nautilus that got discontinued and the prices shot up to like 100 grand easily, right? Like if I had the choice between these 2 watches at the same price point, I'm going to go with the Voutilainen because I think aesthetically and there's just been, not just aesthetically but mechanically, everything there's been more work going into this watch than the Nautilus, right? So that's where I can help justify the fact that I am an old man and I like an old man looking watch. And if I had all the money in the world as a Grail, this would take precedent over any other watch. I don't know if that makes any sense.
But there are sporty watches that also are like, you know, Joe mentioned there were some de Bethunes on the page, right? And so they're sportier, more modern, also incredible finishing, also incredible movement. I hear. Go ahead.
You know what though? I think what crosses a lot of people's mind, and this crosses my mind a lot when I think of kind of my grailish kind of watches, which would be like a Sightwork or a Datograph. And it's like, well, if you're going to keep this watch forever, you kind of want it to be timeless, right? You want it to hold up. You want it to, you don't want to get sick of it. You don't want it to be gimmicky necessarily, especially if like this is going to be your only watch in that price range. So like the Kari can, that'll be a classic forever, right? Whereas if you get a De Bethune, it's a little out there, right? It after a while, it might not hold up. Just like, this, if I were to be against the decision of a Zeitwerk or a Datograph, as much as I love the Zeitwerk, the Datograph maybe is the more timeless piece that would, stand the test of time. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, Amin, when you asked that question and we looked at that page, the Kari was the most expensive watch by a couple like 20 grand over the De Bethune. So that's kind of why I picked the Kari. If I had a choice, if I had like similar maybe pieces that were a little closer to parity in their asking price, like a DB versus a Kari, say versus like a Gronefeld Remontoir or something, maybe then it would be harder to pick because you're really picking the best styles from each of those makers. But I think that time when you were asking, I was like, oh yeah, the Kari is a lot more expensive than the other ones on the page, so I'm gonna get the Kari.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe even posing that question to the group maybe is not the best example. I just don't see too many people choosing the Kari category of watch style in general, like that type of watch style.
Yeah.
And it's not like Kari invented that style of watch. It's just there are watches of that. ID guy could say it better than me. Whatever school of style or design that is.
It's really a Breguet design, isn't it? I mean, like
whatever it is,
what you're getting from RGM, it's kind of the same design, the sub-seconds with the, minute, the indice track there, and
or my
some Guilloche.
Marine, even though it's center seconds, I'd say it is similar style.
Yeah.
But it's just not a popular one, and yet it becomes popular at that price tier.
I mean, I really like those simple styles, to be honest. Like with the sub-seconds, I've owned a few of them, and it's just simple, classic, looks good. And I think we've all probably had watches like that. I mean, you had the JLC, right, which was basically that essential design, a little more modern looking, but with the dial layout at least. So it's a classic. I mean, I had the Moser that looked a lot like that, just different dial. Maybe I'm simplifying it just based on dial layout, but it kind of takes it to the next level with the Kari dial. So
let's get back to the chat here. BDev asking me a question. Where does the legs reference come from? Were you a fast runner in your earlier days? So
it's just anything to take focus away from his hands.
Yeah, right. It's not the Bobby Hands channel. No, the legs is a play on my last name, and there were a couple of Robs when I was in college, and they just call me Bobby Legs. But yes, I used to be a fast runner. I am not shy to say that I led a little league one year in stolen bases. And that's really where I peaked at 9, and it's been downhill.
He would be the fastest man in Canada for sure.
I was just thinking that.
Easily. Ben Johnson would have nothing on me.
Donovan Bailey. Yeah.
No, please. I mean, those we would forget their names. Pete saying, because we say buy what you love, but almost no one does. Damn you, Instagram. Rick, his Kari Vent, oui. Shit, from
Just say
Switzerland yesterday.
28. 28. Just say
Von
call it
Wheat.
a
Von
28.
Wheat. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Bro, the tiger likes the legs too.
Good Canadian boy. Can't even say Van Wheat.
Well, I'm from Saskatchewan. Awesome, Rick. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Rick. I look forward to seeing some of those pics up on IG.
His dio looks so cool. I like it.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. Let's get some love from the no IG from you, YouTube. Okay, I'm striking out here with the comments. You guys are chatting with each other, which is great. The Zywork can easily tell time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
There's absolutely. Let's see here. There's a couple good ones, guys. Here, Bobby Wheels. Yeah. Bobby Legs. Thanks for the explanation. No problem. Glory Days. Yep, that song. Frog Legs from the Backyard. That's an actual story. Bobby did some legwork for The Sopranos in New York. All right, so we're just keep on playing with the name. That's good. Bobby Legs. Now that you're into watches, Bobby Lugs. Okay, that's pretty good too.
That is pretty good.
And yes, thank you, Rick, for reminding us. On Sunday, Rick will be doing a collection review on Sunday Watch Talk with the Punters. Scuba Simon, have you looked into Henschel watches? Yes, we actually have talked about Henschel before on the chat. Very, very awesome looking watches. Very cool German watches from Hamburg, I think they're from. Okay, so I'm fresh out of topics.
You know what? Since Colin brought up Langa, there's I think it's a new video today. Swiss Watch Gang. He did something that was really cool. He got like this guy in who has like this 200x zoom microscope to look at watches the way no one should ever look at a watch. But they looked at his friends. Was it
Pepsi, Grand Seiko, and Langa?
Yeah.
And
so
Pepsi probably looked great. Eh?
It looked good.
Yeah.
Did it really?
I thought they were a little bit unfair in how they did it, because they sort of every watch at 200x, even the Langa shows some ugliness, and they really focused on what ugliness they could find in the Grand Seiko and highlighted it. They didn't really go looking for stuff on the Rolex too much, and then the Langa they only emphasized the beauty. So I thought it was a little bit biased. A little bit biased. That's my feeling. I thought they all were impressive for how good they looked under that.
Yeah, because I can see stuff even with my cheap macro lens on Rolex where it's like, that's a little sloppy.
I mean, they didn't like try to degrade Grand Seiko by any means. They said nice things about it, but
they were definitely trying to find something.
Well, against the Zaratsu, I mean, it's done by hand. When you polish by hand, there's gonna be some evidence of imperfection in there, and they like to show it, which is whatever.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, but just for shits and giggles, because Amin's right. When you do it by hand, you expect imperfections. When you do it by machine, like applying paint on the Rolex hand, you expect imperfections too. Right. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
Yeah. But it was fun. Yeah. Anyway, the Grand Seiko and the Langa, those were new. Those were brand new, right? The Rolex was his friend's. That was worn, and there was like skin debris on it. So it was an unfair comparison.
That was gross.
Seriously?
And the
was it like service before?
And the bracelet wear. No. On the outside.
Oh, on the outside.
Yeah.
Not inside.
Oh, do you know how much skin is probably on her watches?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
It was gross.
Get a wipe, right?
Yeah,
There's a small civilization of microbes around the edge of the Cyclops You know?
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little
Cool.
ancient civilization hanging out around the
This-
Cyclops.
This
And
will be like this will replace my pimple popping video watch.
oh god.
Oh no.
Have you guys ever seen those?
Yeah,
Oh.
Colin just said
Oh
the
no,
quiet part
no,
out loud.
no. I just I think I need
I
some
need a break.
stomach. I need some. I need.
Don't act like you've never watched one of
No,
those.
I've never watched
No,
a bit of
no,
it.
I never.
Oh well,
I
you
never
should.
watch.
You should.
Now I'm gonna.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing my wife would love.
Ugh.
She's like, come here, and she's like, tries to pop my. I'm like, dude, get out of here. Speaking of
Oh
Mrs.
my
Legs, yes,
God.
Megan, she did let me pull the trigger. So
yeah.
here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean,
Or are you
we
saving it?
No, not at all. We mentioned it a little bit on Amin stream on Tuesday that at that point I said I'd bought that watch that day, and it came like in super fast, like super fast. By like yesterday it was here, and it was, dude, it's like everything
Mm.
that we hope for. Mrs. Legs has been shopping now online, trying to find. Well, she wants to get like an original Zen rubber strap to put on this because she doesn't like leather strap, right? Which is this watch I think is made for. We're not going to do bracelet because we won't be able to wear it because it would be sized differently, so we can't really share it that way. So we agreed to do on a rubber strap, and there's plenty of great rubber strap options, but she wants a Zen rubber strap, and currently the 20 millimeter lug width rubber strap is out of stock at Watch Buys. So guess who gets to wear the watch, for now, so so anyway, yeah, really, really unexpected how it all happened. I'll repeat the story real quickly. We did the review. We'll publish a review, couples unboxing of the watch, and then within hours, a friend reached out and said, "I think I might be selling my. Are you interested?" And it happened. It just happened that fast. It's crazy how fast it happened.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And so now, Joe, did you get your 903 today?
It is still somewhere in Germany.
Germany. Okay. Okay.
DHL has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued to look like. And how old is that 903? What
It's
year was it from?
old. It's got so it's tritium dial with a
Mhm.
Lemania 1873 in
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
So it's like early 90s, I think.
Wow.
It's an old one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they moved from Lemania to the 7750 like in 2001 or 2002. So they probably had the Lemania in there for a really long time. I don't know.
So
I wish there was. I'm sure there's ways to figure out, like when they first started creating the 903 when Zen did, like what movement it was using. It was probably the Lemania. I think they probably used the Lemania for a really long time. So for like a couple decades, right? So I think they started producing the 903 like in the late 70s, early 80s.
yeah,
So
it's a long while. Yep, them in Breitling just banging out the Lemania.
they're just
Maverick.
banging out.
Yes.
They're just banging out, So
But I gotta say I love the one that you have because of that column wheel chronograph.
yeah, really, really awesome. I wasn't
So good.
100% sure.
Yeah.
And then I got, sort of the confirmation of it. And I gotta admit that one thing that's a little bit tricky about this one, and maybe Colin, you can answer. You had the 806, right? You had the re-release or whatever it was. It didn't have this this crown
No.
here to rotate the bezel. This is a little tricky, getting
Yeah.
close here. This lug gets in the way,
Mm.
so it's not. It's hard at first to get a good grip on it. I don't really plan on using it that much.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I just like the look of the watch.
Yeah.
Other than maybe timing how fast Mrs. Legs is driving on the highway. But other than that, I have really no use, for all the other slide rule stuff. So, such a cool watch, though. Such a cool watch. Maybe potentially, finally, a group watch. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, I'm looking at the Cyclops right now of the video.
Oh.
It's not bad. It's not that bad. You're right, though. It's pretty impressive. I thought Rolex would look worse.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
of them did well.
Oh, that's the extreme close-up. Oh, yeah, that's pretty gross.
So Teach has got a suggestion here. Here's a topic: Breguet 5817 Black Dial versus Blancpain 50 fathoms 45 millimeter 515 1130 52A. I was comparing these two today and would love to hear your opinions. So I'll bring up the Breguet 58 17.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? 39 millimeter watch versus 45.
Mm-hmm.
The Breguet measures 40, even though it's technically called 39, but Masso measured it at 40. I measured it at 40.
So this is the one that you have, right, Amin?
Yep.
But the black dial.
But the black dial, right? And then we have the Blancpain. Okay. 40.
Is that the OG 50 fathoms or titanium? I don't have those memorized.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to Google that one.
Yeah. How do I just get the 5015 dash? What's the serial number, guys?
5015-1130-52A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's standard 50 fathoms. It's like the most.
Okay.
popular.
Okay. All right. Let me pull it up since we know what Amin's watch looks like.
In my opinion, for me, the Blancpain's too big for me.
Yeah.
I'd go with the Breguet personally, but that's a really flashy watch, the Blancpain. I don't think people realize how flashy that is with that bezel.
Megan saying the bezel is a little wide in person on the on the 50 fathoms. Yeah, I think I would go Blancpain. Breguet, using the same rationale as Collins. I mean, it's just the 45 would just be too big for me to enjoy on wrist, but a beautiful watch. What about what do you think, Joe?
It's such a pretty watch. Of course, I would never look at this. I'd be forced to look at the limited edition 40 millimeter sizes because I can't wear 45 either. But I think 50 fathoms. It's a classic design, and it is very, very glitzy looking and shiny in real life. So yeah, I like that one. And on a bracelet, I think if you did head to head between the two, the 5817's bracelet is still kind of weird looking to me. So I think 50 fathoms. Yeah.
Chaz is going for the Blancpain. I just can't tolerate the engraving on the side of the Blancpain.
Yeah, that's the one thing Hodinkee did right in their limited edition. They got rid of that on the flank.
Rich Ross is saying the short lugs makes it wearable, though. We're just going to be grunting for the next 6 minutes.
I'm not sure.
That was a great response.
It's
Colin.
still 45. It's like, oh, I think I saw Rick post today. Oh, it's 106 degrees, but it's a dry heat. It's still 106.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Megan saying the engraving on the side stays true to the original, but I would be happy with it gone and a smaller bezel. Yeah.
I've never really loved the 50 fathoms. Just not for me.
Just don't get it.
I get it. I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me.
I mean, really, you're the only one qualified to even speak on it because you own one of them. So
I mean, yeah, I did.
One of your favorites. So.
I looked at the Brigade is one of my favorites, and the 50 fathoms is never really in serious consideration for me, even though the money was would have been fine. Like when I was looking for something to trade my sub for, I ended up trading for the Brigade, but like I considered the second generation overseas. I considered a lot of sporty watches, and the blank pan 50 fathoms. Just I've never loved that.
It's actually
watch.
a good one to throw in the mix. The second gen overseas.
Yeah.
It even has Kyosho.
It's the blank pan is a beautifully made watch. It's beautiful. I mean it's done to a very high standard in every aspect. Just the design is not really for me.
Hashtag not for you.
Hashtag not for me. Yeah. And they both use I think they both use Frederic Piguet movements with nice finishing, similar movements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
So I've never tried this, the rose gold one. You can bring that comment back up.
Okay.
The brownie one. I was about to talk about it. I was looking at these today, honestly. I was scoping them out, seeing, the pricing and if anyone had good prices on them, because I've been looking at that one for a while, honestly. It's just gorgeous. The rose gold with the black and big date. You think you can get them for decent price? I don't think it's as toxic as you think if you buy it right.
Yeah, it's toxic if you just go pay retail, but it doesn't have to be a toxic purchase.
Well, what's it at retail? Over 20, right?
It's about 22, I think, retail, but you can get them down in the 15 and range, I think, which, I mean, for a gold Brigade that looks as good as that looks, that's really not bad.
Yeah.
You want us to put the gold Brigade?
I'll do that one, Rob.
Okay.
Oh, guys.
Have Harald got some, I guess.
Yeah, this is watch porn, guys. So I remember who brought this up in a previous stream, and everyone just kind of went, "Oh."
This was my pick for. I have it up, but I want to pull up a better pick.
Yeah, get a good one. You know what, though? I worry about this one is the pictures from Brigade look way better than the pictures that I see kind of when other people are selling it. I'm not sure if what's true,
Hey, Thomas. Thanks for stopping by.
Do you want the full gold on the bracelet or on the rubber? I like it better on the rubber.
I think you need the rubber one because on the bracelet you're looking at like 35,000.
So,
what about that titanium Marines, gents? The 5517s. Are those?
Is that a previous version? The titanium one?
We'll take a look at that too.
I think that's the titanium is a previous generation.
So
yeah, like that picture, like sign me up, Yeah.
It's a beautiful watch. All these applied indices are so chunky and three-dimensional, all in solid rose gold here. There's just so much craftsmanship here. This is so the 5817 Marine. Did I go Marine? Oh, 50. Was it 5517?
5517.
55 something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the one that Mark threw out there a while back.
I think you're gonna have to go over to there. Yeah, it's buried deep. Pretty sure they want you to look at the more expensive ones first. Oh, it was right there. Yeah,
Where?
on the right, down one on the right, down on the up on the right. Yep.
This?
Yeah.
That's what we were just looking at. 58.
Oh, you want the 5517? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5517.
Yeah, I don't believe that's a current model. I believe it's a previous generation.
Isn't
maybe I'm wrong.
It's
Maybe
the one
I'm
that
wrong.
replaced the mine, right? Or newer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All these different variants, but the titanium one is this one, I think. I don't love it.
I don't love it either. I like your version better.
Radcliffe Jewelers is selling a pre-owned, I think 5517 right now. See if that's the same one. I think the price on these is good too.
I am slipping oil money. I was looking at a Marine that was titanium, and it was an older one today, and I missed it, man.
Their site's a little slow right now. Is this it? Yep. This is the titanium one.
11,350. Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't know. I gotta tell you, those numerals are not really doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of the way they bleed together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On mine, they have little loom dots, and I think they tried to loom the whole numerals here, and it made it a little bit funky.
And then the hands,
Yeah.
you don't have that perfect circle in at the end. You have a line going through it, the continuation of the hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the lugs are an acquired taste, I would say.
Right. And then you've also got this dial that, when you think Breguet, you like Guilloche, but this one's just sunburst.
Stark. Yeah. Not much going on.
Yeah.
Ooh, sunburst.
Guilloche is trending on Watch You Seek and Twitter.
Wow.
For sure. And he's playing the long game and slowly rubbing off on us. He totally has. I mean, everybody here, from Amin to Colin to Joe to Marcus, has definitely rubbed off on me. I would say mostly generally positively. And I'm spending more money than I'm probably used to.
You haven't bought anything that I've suggested yet, so I don't think.
But one day I will.
You've all gotten me for sure. I've spent money from each one of you at this point.
And Joe just buys whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's like, you guys don't affect me.
I just realized me and Joe are both wearing food name watches, Pita and Parmigiani.
Oh god. It's worse than that, like day dressed with dominoes on it.
They're both food name city. Pita Barcelona, Parmigiani Fleurier. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh man. I did not think I was gonna wake up this morning and that was
Sorry,
talking
guys.
about food named watches.
Should have wore the Pepsi.
Man, I got no food related watches. I wish I did now.
What are you having for dessert tonight?
Oh, that's a good question. Earlier my wife was like, "Did you get eggs the other day?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, that's okay. We have 2 left. We can make chocolate chip cookies tonight." Like, oh, but you know what? I don't see her ass in the kitchen. So,
Oh, God.
so I don't think I'm getting cookies tonight.
No,
Not
you're
your
not.
preference.
Probably not for a
You
few
should
nights at
not
least.
get cookies for a while.
She didn't hear that. She wasn't listening.
Oh,
She doesn't watch us.
oh, my wife thought Colin was the bad one in our group. No, she's good. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
That's funny.
But no, I did buy some ice cream. Yeah, it's a little late. It's 9:55. I don't know if my tummy can handle it this late in the evening. Joe. I prefer to have my dessert while you guys are watching me eat it. By the way. Yeah. Sometimes I just I say the silent parts loud, and she just texted me.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I totally heard that. Okay.
I'm telling you.
She's a good sport, though. She's a good sport.
She was like, "You don't see what?"
Oh man. Well, I have certainly enjoyed the Bobby Legs channel for as long as it's been.
The channel's over. I'll be signing off. Tonight will be the last episode of Bobby
Yeah.
Legs.
Nice
Bob
knowing
will
you
be
guys.
sleeping with the crickets in the barn.
Yeah, I will be. Oh man.
The cave crickets.
Yeah.
Rob,
Anyway.
when do the cave crickets come out in full force? Is that a seasonal thing or?
They're always around. They just get bigger in the summer.
I'm waiting for that episode. Last year, that was a freaky episode where you opened the barn door and it was like a zillion large cave crickets.
Yeah. They like warm, humid, spots. So we in that home we have the dehumidifier. It's part of life here in the woods, in Western Jersey. And they're harmless. They're harmless. They just look like they belong from another planet. So and they're blind, so when you startle them, they'll jump, and they usually jump at you because they have no idea where they're going. And so yeah.
What a nightmare.
Blind, yeah, I think we might be
bugs jumping at you.
Yeah. The cats do a good job of keeping the population in the house down minimally, but in the barn, there's nothing I could do. I mean, we could probably poison him, but we don't want to do that.
Just burn it all to the ground.
Yeah, just burn it all to the ground. Mark, I think we're going to be getting those. Yeah, we were digging up some dirt to plant some trees, and we saw what we think are larvae. I guess they're larvae. They're just like that big.
Grubs, right? Basically.
Yeah. So I think we'll be getting them.
This year?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. Right? I mean,
they're loud.
They're loud, but it gets pretty loud here anyway. I'll probably I've been dying to do this for the last couple of years. I'll put up some bat boxes on some trees and to attract more bats, and they really do help keep the mosquito population down, and other flying critters.
Man,
so
I don't want to live where you live.
We're just delaying the death sentence here right now. We're just just keep on talking.
Yeah, Oil Money's saying you're going to need a crisis management team for when you make when you're running for prime minister. I think, as
Yeah.
most famous Canadian, like it's going to be all over the news tomorrow.
Yeah. I may have. Yeah,
That's the meanest thing any Canadian's ever said.
you're probably right.
You are canceled.
I was trying to change topics from that to the bugs, but it's not. There's no point.
No, this is not. This is not helping. We still got 58 people on the stream watching. So.
Well, it's like a train wreck. Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Can't look away.
Yeah.
I think we should get Mrs. Legs on right now.
Yes.
Will she come on? I think the people want to see her.
Well, they've seen her before. Actually,
No, but they want to see her now.
we want exactly. We want to see what kind of ass whooping you're about to catch. That's what we want to see.
hold on. Oh, boy.
We're gonna get him in more trouble here.
No,
No.
we're gonna.
Just keep on talking, guys.
Just keep on talking. Oh man.
Joe,
Okay.
you got the PETA today or yesterday?
PETA came in on Tuesday or Wednesday, and
Isn't it super water resistant too?
oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, the cool thing about the dive watch that he made was, yeah, it's like 2,000 meters, no crown, no gaskets, none of those like replaceable parts to maintain water resistance. It's just a hermetic, container. So it's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
So it's officially yours, right?
Yeah. Good thing, because I put a little scratch on the acrylic today.
Did you really? That's so funny.
I don't think she's coming on.
Buff out?
So.
All right.
Is that buff out?
Yeah, I got to get some of that
Polywatch.
Polywatch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I guess she isn't coming.
Yeah,
Poppy
she
bags. That's a good one too. Who just said that? Chaz. It's perfect.
She just texted me back. She's saying I'm not getting any cookies. So
Yeah.
yep. Okay. Well, if I'm still
I think
around,
you should make her some cookies.
I think you're right.
You
I think I
should.
should.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, guys, it was another great night. Amin, anything coming up on your channel in the next week or so?
No. Yeah.
Nah.
Joe, anything?
No.
No.
Nope.
You got nothing going on, man.
No. Just go with God, Bobby Legs.
Yeah.
I might
Good luck.
publicly embarrass myself talking about obsessing about skeleton watches one of these days on my channel. Yeah.
God.
Oh.
That's so much
Guys.
work on the guilloche.
Yeah, you guys are going to be begging for
Thank you.
guilloche.
My wife says I every time I show her a watch and ask her what she thinks about it, it falls into either the old man dress watch or open work skeleton. Like she says, those are the two categories that I'm.
Thank you, Thomas and Riss Ross, for the bail money.
There's something cool about an open works skeleton watch.
Yeah.
There is. There definitely is.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But,
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't think Raymond Weil have decoded that puzzle for a skeleton.
maybe they have.
Well, Macy's ran out of them, and I'm not paying full sticker for that watch. So,
Macy's ran out of them?
Oh
yeah,
my
they
gosh.
only had a few left. I think it's actually like decently. It's one that they didn't overproduce massively because none of the gray marketplaces have them, and Macy's ran out.
What's going on, Bobby?
She just Mrs. Legs just texted me. She says, "Just give me the U50 and we call it even."
The Zin, the new Zin 903 and the U50.
Yeah, yeah,
You better find a rubber strap pretty soon for that 903.
yep. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, I hope I'll see you guys on Sunday.
I'm sure you'll be all right.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Keep going. Thanks, Thomas. Man, Bobby Legs Wake and Memorial next Friday. Yeah, it may be worth it. Okay. Oh, I think he's talking about the Raymond Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, guys.
All
Well,
right, man.
thank you for stopping by tonight, guys, and everyone on the chat. Thank you again, and hopefully see you guys on Sunday for another Watch Soup with Sanjay from Engineer Wannabe, and yeah, we'll call it a night, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Cool.
Good night, guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys.